In this video, I want to cover how you can be successful learning from young entrepreneurs like me, from my own experience, and also from the other young entrepreneurs that I've surrounded myself with in business for me to learn what's what and who's on different journeys and what we can learn from each other. One of the things that's super popular to talk about right now is a location-independent business. Tim Ferriss wrote The 4-Hour Workweek, and he painted this beautiful, dreamy picture of sitting on the beach all day long and working only 4 hours a day and having a business completely tick by on automation. Now, there are some people who still believe that that dream is there. They start Amazon fulfillment businesses, or they try and systemize absolutely everything and completely exit from their business. The reality is that if you're in an operational role of any sort in your business, if your title is CEO or managing director or operations manager, or if you've got a super tiny team and the business is just you, the 4-Hour Workweek doesn't really exist. Now, if you're a pure investor, well, it might be a little bit different, but you could also argue that if you're a full-time investor, then you're going to be spending all of your time looking for new deals, looking for opportunities, managing your investments in your portfolio. So really, any example that I can try and think of an actual 4-hour workweek is not only, it sounds a bit boring, but it also doesn't exist. So I think the reality is you should try and look for something that you enjoy doing. Sure, ideally when you grow the business and you get it to a more automated and systemized state, you should be looking to cut down on your work hours. That's the benefit that an entrepreneur should have. You should be focusing on just your high value tasks and nothing that's too repetitive or things that should be delegated to someone else. But the actual 4-hour workweek itself doesn't really exist. Now, it's certainly true for everyone that you would like more time, probably more money in your pocket for less effort, and more flexibility on where and when you work. Now, my philosophy on this is that because the idea of a work-life balance for entrepreneurs is pretty much dead, what you're left with is trying to find a way that works well for you. And having work that's flexible, having work that's especially flexible on location, is probably the holy grail of running a modern business. So for me personally, I worked very hard at this for many years to get myself location flexible, to get myself to a point where I don't have to be on call for emergencies at all hours of the night, and to get my team to a stage where they can also participate in travel and flexibility as well. Now, what did we have to do to get there? Well, not consequences, but sacrifices required if you truly want a location-independent and very flexible business. Now, let's say you don't necessarily want to travel all around the world vagabonding, but maybe you just want to be able to work a bit more flexibly or live in a different location or just holiday more. There's hard decisions that you have to make in your business that are going to make it work for you. So some of the decisions that we had to make was, number one, we stopped selling traditional IT managed services. That was a service that required us to go on site to customers' offices, and it was just impossible for us to deliver that with our growing customer base and for us to deliver that all over Australia and globally where our clients are now. Number two, I had to sell one of my businesses. We had a hosting company and it was a brilliant business. We were serving our customers, we were enjoying it, it was making lots of money. But we had to make the decision that we didn't want to be woken up at 2 o'clock in the morning with an emergency with 300 people's websites down. So we decided to move that one on as well. Now, we were lucky enough to sell that business. We didn't have to shut it down and stop service to our customers, but that was another hard sacrifice that we had to make. And number three, there are always opportunities that come up. Entrepreneurs' pure skill is finding opportunities, finding diamonds in the rough, and finding and seeing things that other people just don't see. And yet you have to be really good at saying no to those. If they don't fit in with your flexibility, if they don't fit in with how you want to grow and run and scale the business, then unfortunately you have to say no to some of those very, very exciting opportunities. It goes without saying that you should start with the end in mind. You should be choosing, what do I want this business to look like? How is it going to work? How is it going to work in the ways that I want to work? Because there is no work-life balance. How is it going to work and fit in with my lifestyle and myself? There's this lifestyle versus performance business argument. People say, oh, well, you can't have a lifestyle business if one day you want to sell it or one day you want it to be attractive to investors, and that's complete hogwash. You can run a performance business which is high in growth, which is attractive to investors, which is attractive to someone who might want to buy the business one day, but still have all of your lifestyle as well. Let's talk about the nuts and bolts of the business tools that we're using. Now, one thing that's very prevalent is young business owners and young entrepreneurs are very much driven by technology, and our technology is being driven by consumer technology. Now, what that means is you've got your Snapchats and your WhatsApps and your Facebook Messengers and your Instagrams, and the way that we interact with and use these applications is now filtering through into the business, and bit by bit it filters up the age stack of employees and business owners in how they actually utilize these tools. Now, everyone jokes about the dinosaur sitting in the corner who doesn't want to give up Microsoft Outlook because they've been using it for 15 years and they're afraid of change. But the reality is that everybody is now getting more and more used to different kinds of technology, and we're now effectively adopting those into our businesses as well. So if you think about, everyone right now has a Gmail address. Everyone right now knows how to work something like Dropbox, and probably knows how to work Google Drive as well. If I asked you 10 years ago, what was the landscape? Well, Google Drive didn't even exist. Dropbox was literally brand new, and this idea of working from the cloud and synchronizing between all of our different devices was still a little bit of a dream. So what are the practical business tools that we're actually using? Well, I'm going to take you through 3 tools that help you to increase your collaboration and communication between your team, and are absolutely essential if you want to build a more flexible business. Now, number 1 is video conferencing. Whether you're using Google Hangouts or something like Zoom, this helps you keep connected with your team no matter where you are. Now, in the old days, people would fly around on planes and they just wouldn't really be connected to each other without actually having to spend money. But we use video conversations every single day of the week to run our business. And a couple of times a week, we even get the whole company on a meeting to connect as well. Now, this allows us to run a very radically distributed business. We don't actually have a fixed office. We have teams that work from semi-permanent offices and even sometimes co-working spaces. But video conferencing keeps us connected everywhere we are and makes sure that everyone on the team has a personal relationship with each other. Number 2 is using a smart communication system. Our phone system is called Dialpad, which is a 100% cloud-based phone system. So wherever we are in the world, we can make phone calls just like they're coming from our main location in our headquarters in Sydney, Australia. Now, what that means is customers have a unified experience, and no matter where our team are, we can transfer calls between each other, and Dialpad has a number of amazing AI features like recording and automatically transcribing calls, and has all the features of a business phone system, but it's built for the cloud and the cloud worker. Now, finally, keeping your team connected on tasks and initiatives is absolutely vital. Gone are the days where we could just have a big whiteboard sitting in the office with all of our tasks sitting up on there and everyone could see it in one place. What we do now is we use cloud-based task management systems. Now, this may be Asana, it might be Monday.com, it might be Trello, it might be Podio. There's a plethora of different applications that you might use to keep your team connected. Now, what matters is that everyone actually uses them, and this is the easiest way to make sure that commitments are met, deadlines are met, and that everyone in the business knows what each other's up to without having to bug each other on instant messaging or make phone calls to interrupt each other. You just want to make sure that everyone is on the same page, and from any device and any location, they can keep everyone updated on what they're working. So let's talk about the future of tech and how automation plays a part. Now, there's a lot of scary news going around right now that in 15 years, there'll be no more service jobs left. Human labor will disappear. Automation and AI will completely take over. Now, while I do believe that AI and automation are going to replace many, many roles and many jobs, me running a service business myself, what I don't believe will completely disappear is the human touch in business. You're still going to need to service customers in some way, and even in a products business where many things are becoming very automated, you are still going to need customer service. You're still going to need ways to actually help customers and help deliver your service as well. So what does that mean? What it does mean is that business and work is changing, and you need to be open to change. No matter what's happening over the next 10 to 15 to 20 years and how all of our work roles and industries will be changing, what matters is that you can still provide value to the marketplace, and the more agile that you can create your business to be, the more open to change your staff are and ready for change and to embrace change every everyone in your team is, the more that you're likely to succeed. Now, this is a distinct advantage of young entrepreneurs because they're Gen Y. They've grown up used to change. They've grown up in a world that went through the GFC, that went through all kinds of different business and industry change, and many even went through university, finishing university, to roles that maybe didn't exist or weren't quite as relevant anymore. Think about everyone who went and studied graphic design and then realized that you could go and get a logo made on 99 Designs or freelancer.com for $100. Now, that's not to say that those people or those roles aren't useful. It just means that there are changes happening in the industry and we need to be able to adapt. Now, I want to pause here and talk a little bit about fear. It's easy to get a bit scared when we talk about automation, AI, people losing their jobs, industries changing and things becoming irrelevant. I don't want you to worry too much about that, and I don't want you to fear it. We don't like selling with fear. It's not really something that I agree with myself personally. What I do want to share with you is the upside. There's always opportunity when there's change. So what I want you to do is reflect on your business and think, well, what change might be coming to my business? What change might be coming to my industry? If you were to look at your industry or your business model and think, how would an Uber of my industry work? How would an Airbnb of my industry work? What would it look like if someone was to disrupt what we're doing? What would it look like if you were to disrupt what you were doing yourself? That's a question that we had to ask ourselves about 8 years ago. We were in the IT consulting space. We were helping small businesses with their IT support. We were doing great. We were making lots of money. We would charge $200 an hour to fix somebody's PC, remove viruses, upgrade RAM, all of those kind of things, install servers. We'd make heaps of money doing that. And we came across this application called Google Apps, which is now G Suite. And what we realized was that once a business rolled out that software, number one, they never needed servers anymore. And number two, they needed very little IT support. Things just ran smoothly. And there wasn't really a place for an IT person anymore. Now, I had the decision, do I keep charging $200 an hour, installing servers and making lots and lots of money doing that, or do I change with the times, which is going to cannibalize my business, which would destroy it literally from the inside, which would erode all of our profit. But we felt like it was the right thing, and we knew that it was going to be the future. So we made the decision, and over many painful years, we switched that business. We switched the whole business model from selling servers and doing IT the old way, as we like to call it, and we switched to consulting and helping businesses with cloud technology. Now, I want you to think about your business and think about that scary, lingering feeling that you have, that one competitor who's maybe doing things a little bit differently, or how would a customer service their self without you being involved? Or how could someone go more direct? Think about that and reflect on how could you spot opportunities for you to be the business that disrupts yourself before somebody else does. Again, I want to make sure that we're not thinking fear here, we're thinking opportunity. I don't want to scare you. This is about how can I have more opportunity in my business and how can I provide a better service to my customers? Because I can say wholeheartedly that we've been phenomenally successful working with our customers to provide a service that they actually wanted, something that's more useful for them rather than trying to continue to do things the old way. So let's chat about your internal operations and how we can maybe disrupt those. Think about the current roles and the current staffing that you have in your business and think, what opportunities do we have to do this more efficiently? What opportunities do we have to do this differently? Could we take advantage of international team members to help us grow and scale the business with someone who can perhaps help you to grow the team without so much cost on your payroll? Could you, for example, take advantage of better systemization or maybe even some artificial intelligence tools to work smarter and to automate some tasks in your business? Could you repurpose some employees to do a different role, which is maybe a bit more disruptive, but a different business model? These are all questions that you can ask yourself to look for opportunities in the coming year and the coming years as you grow and evolve your business through these changing times. And if you're interested in growing a more successful business, well, you might be interested in getting in touch with our team at IT Genius. We can help your business grow, scale, and be more profitable, more flexible, and give you better wins as the business owner by helping you get the right team in place, the right technology in place, and everything that is needed to get that humming along nicely. Now, if you're interested in specific technology tools like maybe G Suite, Google Cloud, Dialpad, or Asana, or anything else that can help a small business succeed, then get in touch with our team and we'll be very happy to help you out grow your business.